What is up? What is up? What is up? Beautiful collective. Whew. It's been some days. Been some days, been some hours. Been a lot of time. Man, I missed y'all. I missed everything about this. Everything about the channel. Man, everything about y'all. Still living, right? The world's still turning. Staying in the solution. Staying in our abundance, our prosperity, our positivity. Being at cause, at intention towards what it is that we're manifesting. Being an active part of our journey, right? Stepping up, showing up for ourselves and for what it is we're meant to be. Not running. Not running from what we have to face. From what's been presented to us, but actually seeing it, facing it, and working with that. Looking in the mirror. I had a affirmation here. I know who I am at my core, and I know no one's opinion of me can change the truth. And so I just want to set that there for some type of intention. Spreading big love. Congratulations to King. Going through it, right? That's big energy. That's big energy right there. Talk about manifestation and creation, right? So I want to say hi. I want to say hello to everybody. This is that affirmation again. I know who I am at my core. I know no one's opinion of me can change the truth. Big statement, bold statement. We are who we are with intention. Man, I just wrote last night. I said, if I can be who I know I want to be, right? Be who I know I should be. Be who I know who I am, according to my higher self, then I am being who I truly am. So being in step with our highest self, right, is the feel, is the vibe. I'm gonna get out a message for collective, and then I'm gonna kick it over to the other side, see what's going on. I appreciate everybody for being here, everybody for joining us. Nick the Sack, Tarot's back, and it never left. Well, love is what we never lack and know the best. All about the love. Death in the reverse. Collective, it counted us out. We might have counted ourselves out here. Things aren't over. They're only being refreshed, replenished, right? I feel like we're letting go of some perspectives, but at the same time, situations aren't done, I feel. It's like unfinished business here with the death in reverse. It's like we almost threw ourselves out with the situation. This is how I feel. universe in reverse. World's upside down. Finding truth, clarity within. Maybe feeling like having to let this go was having to let everything go. Right? Having to give up maybe what life was going to be, what life used to be. But life still is, isn't it? I feel like life is still moving on. The world still turns, right? With the 8 there, cycle's still moving. And it's like we're finding our balance and our way in that. We're finding how we fit the puzzle. We're making room for ourselves in the equation and putting ourselves in that, inserting ourselves back into the mix, having brushed off, having cleaned off our spirits, our energies, our minds, and our intentions to set forth something that is of purpose, that is in intention and alignment with our truth and who we really are. And so we're losing complacency and taking back intentionality. Ace of Cups, offering our cup forward. For a lot of us, this can be new opportunities coming in. Opportunities for emotional wellness, healing, sharing of love, and essentially emotional fulfillment. And what I feel like we thought wasn't something that was a dead in the water, so to speak. I think a lot of us are learning to fill our own cups again. And while others of us are learning to offer something forward that we didn't think or know that we had. What's up, brother Andrew? Good to see you, man. I need some of that coffee right about now. Juan Valdez, put a cup in the air for me, brother. Sun in reverse, exactly. Not seeing ourselves in the situation, not seeing maybe where we made sense, where we fit. Maybe having our guard up, our boundaries up, walls. Not sitting in our truth, not sitting in the solution, right? And we're meant to be free here. We're meant to be, there's a lot of nakedness, right? You know, this skeleton, this universe, the sun, all naked in these cards. Something about our beauty, our vulnerability, who we truly are, and not being bothered by that. Not being, it's not a weakness, but it's a beauty. It's an essence. And I feel like even down to our bones, right? Even stripped bare of the skin, it's like who we are at our core in a sense. And we can't let that go because there's no being apart from that. It's who we are. It's who we are. And we're realizing and recognizing that. I feel like a lot of these cycles have overshadowed that. Overshadowed our intention and that perspective, that right perspective of who we are according to our highest self. And so I feel like there is an ending here with this death, but it's not how we thought it was going to be. I feel like we've peeled the layers back. Some of us are still peeling them back. But it's not a total end. If anything, it's a recognition, and it's a refreshment, a replenishment of self. Queen of Torches, I feel like we've pulled back. Maybe a lot of us have pulled back our energy. Again, I think this goes back to filling up our own cups first. to, self-care, making ourselves feel whole again, so that way we can take action forward, but in a way that's not resentful or burdened or out of alignment, out of aspect with our highest selves, right? We don't want to embody any type of negativity on this path of this journey, because it's simply not who we are. If anything, we're freeing ourselves in our hearts, opening up our heart chakra, that heart space, to, with this death in reverse, I feel like it's keep going. Maybe some of us were rejecting that. Feeling out of touch, feeling like there wasn't reciprocity. That everything that we were giving or investing into wasn't coming back. But this hasn't been time wasted. In fact, this has been meant to show us where we're meant to actually lead or face. I feel like we're turning our back on a perspective or an aspect of that situation to remember what's in front of us, what it is that we were really fighting for, ushering in cycles that are worth the work, that are worth doing, being emboldened by purpose. And so I see that there's a lot here for us to dig into, but we have to make the choice to seek a healthier option, a better alternative, something that's going to fill our cup. But I feel like we're doing this. We're being called into this new perspective, these new cycles, and this self-revealing. And maybe for some of us, giving this an honest shot or an honest chance here. I feel like we're reconnecting, realigning spiritually, because this time things are going to be different, because our spirit and the way we carry ourselves, what it is that we're actually looking towards, is of our own making, our own decision, not being the reactive. Well, it's all naked. Everything's naked. Even that's funny. Underneath, we're all naked all the time, right? We might throw on some clothes, but we're still naked inside. Deep down, it's the natural state. It's who we truly are. We put up walls, boundaries. Outcome energy for collective. Night in reverse. I feel like the sun is rising. We are seeing things. A lot of us, we've had a dark night of the soul, but all nights must come to an end. Right? The night is only so long. And I feel like the day is shining forth, is showing through. A lot of us, we're striving, we're reaching. This is about intentionality, digging through the brush, pulling things out for our experience, working on stability and growth. But again, this is tied to our essential or eternal selves. And so again, it's that almost naked ideal. Again, our highest self, of who we truly are, not what we're wrapped up in, tied up in, how we think we need to be, as opposed to who we need to be, in alignment with ourselves and who we want to be. So I feel like we're coming up out of illusions here, collective. Coming up out of illusions, facing, accepting, embracing a part of ourselves that's been maybe masked, hidden, whisked away, or we felt we had to conform or hide with boundaries out of situations that we ourselves were holding on to, or perspectives that we were holding on to. But now I feel like the right amount of time has passed for a new opportunity to come forward, for us to pick up our torch, for us to take action, stand on who we are, our intentions, and to initiate new cycles. But for a lot of us, I feel like we haven't completely left. I feel like we're picking up where we left off. But we're leaving behind the bitterness, the resentment, the anger, hard feelings, stubbornness, the ego. This is what's ending. This is what had to go. Because it was getting in our way. We were clothed in these things. And now we're offering our higher selves forward. Definitely manifestation energy, as above, so below. The Island of Jewels, mastery over time. Recognizing, again, there's an aspect of the nakedness in this Island of Jewels, who we truly are, how much we do have to offer, our value, our highest potential, highest intent, what it is that we want, what makes us happy, what we see as beauty and fulfillment in this life. As above, so below. This is acting in accordance with our highest will, our higher spirit. For a lot of us, this is higher power, spirit, our higher selves. And it's an equal give and take. It's the more we fill our cup, the more we realize that our cup is secure, our cup is intact. Showing self-love and gratitude for that reciprocity of the spiritual life or application, and letting that carry through the physical work and seeing the two meet. Where I feel more fulfilled in my purpose by living my purpose and living according to my higher self. So let's get into it, right? Let's kick it over. Appreciate everybody for being here. We got some love over here. Let's check it out. For the brother King, we got you. You want to know about kids, man? You got it going. King say, I got a girl pregnant. Her name is Rena. I wonder what the future holds. Will she have the kids? What gender of the baby? Will it be twins? Wheel of Great Time. Intentions. Always with this card, the staircase. This is relating with the journey, right? The wheel is turning. Things are about to change. This is initiation type of energy. We see a young girl, and she looks at this picture before she descends down the staircase, beginning the journey. We see a window here, the window of opportunity. It's dark outside, dark night of the soul, but what is coalescing in the vapors of the night? This picture, obviously a more mature, older self, but this is who she wants to be. This is who she seeks to become. And so this card is asking us, calling us to view with intention how we seek the outcome of our journeys to be. And so for you, it's who do you want to be in this connection? Right? What is your higher self guiding you towards and stepping up into fulfillment over here? To show up, showing up for yourself, showing up for this situation, showing up for your journey. And so tapping into a more specific or concrete vision for yourself, for who you want to be in this situation. There's maturity, right? This person is older. So who would you like to be? Who do you want to be? Deep feelings, social unrest. There might not be a lot of support at this time. I always do donation first. Donation always gets the top of the queue. So we do donation, then we do freebie. If you want to donate, links are in the description for all that. I feel like someone's very afraid, nervous here. Perhaps there's very destabilizing energy. Kind of wondering what can come of all this. What growth can be had in the situation. I think there's worries of stability. Worried about opportunities, considering opportunities here. Tell me more about this fox energy. Strength. Strength for this new cycle. So, someone is very worried here. Almost doesn't want to face it. Face the situation. It's almost like a out of sight, out of mind thing. Maybe it's social opportunities or this social support that's really putting a damper on what could be. Almost an I don't want to know. Maybe there is something of not wanting to face the situation here. We just don't know what to do. I feel like indecision is present at this time. That We're fighting a lack of knowledge or clarity. Maybe even our intuition here. Again, not really having a direction, not really knowing where to go, how to go about things. I do see a solution here, a key, an opening. Ultimately nervous. I feel like we don't want to take a risk. We don't want to take too many chances here. I want to tap in more on the spiritual. Worth waiting for, but I want to come out in the reverse. So maybe this is something that, again, was unplanned, unexpected. Codependency, there's a, and I do get that she's like pregnant in this picture. True love. True love is here. I feel like this situation, it's as though you need each other, right? She needs you at this time. And maybe this situation was born out of maybe a lack of divine timing, but Spirit is funny in that way. And so maybe when we're not ready, that's when it shows up. But I see a possibility for true love here. I feel like that's what needs to be offered forward, especially in light of the previous, of the collective read. Letting go of maybe initial responses, reactions, and instead of being reactionary, but to be at purpose, to be at intention, to be at will, at recognition. Codependency, I'm kind of feeling like someone needs you, right? That this person needs your support, needs your love, true love. Acceptance. Lacking judgment. But just being there. Offering our support and our heart. Give your relationship a chance, it's the Spirit saying. Work on your partnership. Embrace the situation. Be there for this person. For this person I feel needs you. And they will truly love you for it. That this could be something tenderness is the word that's on my head. It's in my mind. But there's a tenderness here. Staying optimistic. Offering our love to this situation. Offering ourselves and our spirit here. So there's an aspect of belief. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. And so I feel perhaps that's the other side of the equation. is not just showing up in the physical, not just saying what needs to be said, not just being there, but spiritually. Being right with yourself, being right with the divine, and understanding perhaps our place in this connection. Hidden aspect, engagement in the reverse. I feel like we are scared, maybe reluctant. Maybe we don't know how to act or how to be, how to show up always. And this is what's preventing commitment, or maybe why things feel like they're not as tight as they could be. And so we have to show up. It's like we have to take responsibility here. Like, acknowledge this, take ownership of this. Again, not being who we feel like we should be, but being who we know we want to be according to our higher selves. And that's the difference. That's the engagement. That's commitment on a higher vibration. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Working together here. Right? Communication is here. But what we're not seeing is that the reason why we're not ascending is because we're not offering higher levels of commitment. Maybe you feel like more of this is out of your hands than it is. But I feel like a lot of this hinges on you. And how you're showing up. In your optimism. And so it's not just about what we do or what we say, but who we are and how we play. Looking for surety, confidence, positive thinking. What's up, Brother Rob? Good to see you, my man. Good to see you. And so I feel like we're passing through trials of self in order to show up as the person that they want to see, that they want to believe. And that's a spiritual battle. That's a spiritual progress. Because we can show up in the mundane, in the physical, and not be there. And it wouldn't fulfill. It wouldn't cause the same wholeness. Very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. That's that intentionality. That's working with the quantum, right? That's working with the wave field. For we live in a world of possibilities, of any outcome, of many outcomes. It feels like the more we set our intention, the more concrete we can make this, the more concrete it becomes. I feel like the more we pull back, the more reluctant, the less commitment, the more fear, the more we just kind of go along, that the more things start to fray. because it's no longer spiritually guided. It's no longer intended. Even though I feel like this was not intended with the worth waiting for in reverse. I question, I don't know if everybody is on our side here, or this is what everybody truly wants. You might not have the strength and the physical here. It's like things don't always add up on paper, but not everything's about paper. And that we're spiritual beings on a spiritual journey. I feel like with the right connection, with the right love, we can overcome anything. But it's that spiritual mind state that could just as easily make us an illusion of who we wanted to be. And so I feel like we're showing up with that intentionality in order to offer something real forward. And that real is what's going to elevate the connection and allow a fruit of intention. What's up, Kick? How you doing? What's up, brother Rob? We got Jay on the board. Jay, feel free to post. Appreciate you being here, love. Yeah, definitely put some likes on the stream. I appreciate you helping us build this channel, get these messages out. It's a blessing to be able to put this time forward. It really is. Let's take a look. Florida and back. I'm gonna take a look at Jay's question. Are LH and I done for good? I feel like we're at a moment of indecision, not knowing what the steps forward or the path forward holds. Seeking clarity in this connection. Death is in reverse, but that's undecided. So it feels like maybe more of a crossroads. I feel like we're committed to our journeys here. This could be an aspect of letting go, travel, leaving the past behind us. Not ready to make a decision yet. That there is love here, but we're realizing it. I think there's also things that we didn't like. And so it's letting those things go. It's releasing what hasn't served us here. Maybe part of ourselves just doesn't know why we're holding on. No longer having the strength or the time for situations or patterns that didn't serve us, ways of being. For not seeing ourselves in the connection or in our commitments. For not taking responsibility or owning up to our parts of the problem or the connection. I feel like he wants to move forward. I don't feel like I feel like this is somewhat more the masculine energy here. Or specifically. Wanting to sort things out. Seeing the good for what it is. To put our spirit at ease, at rest. Leaving maybe unhealthy dynamics or negative patterns in the connection. Letting those go. Sorting out this spiritual connection with what we truly love about this connection, about you, about where this is going. Recognizing a truth here about our purpose, our destiny, instead of growing things that didn't serve us in the long run, or giving to. Coming up out of confusion. I feel like recognizing these things, no longer risking this connection, but instead taking it seriously. Ushering in new cycles because we don't want to let this go. But we have to master new options, and I feel like maybe these are options that we haven't explored fully or we haven't committed to in the past. Instead of doing things maybe for the wrong reasons, or again going with how we felt things were supposed to go as opposed to intention. Being who we want to be according to our higher self. Child in reverse. I feel like not being the child anymore, not being aspect of growing up. Not being just a kid. Realizing there's more in between, that there's more here, that there's more than just these responsibilities, but actually identifying with the self, taking ownership, taking lead. Mask in reverse, and I feel like not playing a part anymore, not just playing a role. But leaning more towards an authentic sense of self. Because there wasn't a way to derive a natural or personal power from just playing this role, playing this part. I feel like we're no longer willing to take that chance. To risk not living or being in our authentic selves. But instead scrapping this pretend, I feel. Recognizing, realizing what it is that we truly are moved by, what we truly feel, our true love. Sorting that out. Not loving because we have to, but showing up because we want to. And moreover, making it realized, to make it realized who we truly are, and to allow ourselves to be that. Yes. Ethos, ethics, spirit, higher power, intention. The truth feels good here. Knowing what's right for ourselves and for others. Breaking patterns, breaking cycles, breaking how we've always been. This feels like change. Making a decision to do things different. Because how we were wasn't who we are. And how we are isn't who we've been. But this is a decision to do things differently. Out of a root of being honest with ourselves. Finding stability and clarity in that which we've lacked or ran from. Maybe going through the motions, but not realizing that we had ourselves on autopilot here, or we were being reactionary. To the cycles of how maybe we used to deal with things. Or again, who we thought we needed to be or show up as. But I feel like we're realigning ourselves here now. Or recognizing that we can't pass over on that truth, because then we're just living in a shadow. So I feel like we're clearing up blockages here. Letting go of what doesn't serve so we can stand in our truth and embody who it is that we want to be. Changing who we are. Yeah, there's another way. I think we're seeing possibility in another way, that things don't have to be the way that we've been. Yeah, that it doesn't have to be only one dynamic. Almost like we can be true to ourselves and the world at the same time. And that maybe we reasoned ourselves into a corner through this reactionary instead of taking ownership, responsibility, having acceptance and control in the situation over who we show up as and how we relate. So, like the collective message, death in reverse, again. I feel like a lot of this is picking up where we left off. But as something new. Showing up as something different, with different intention, not being reactionary. But codifying some type of truth. I feel like this person has love in their heart. Deep feelings for this situation. And that they want to communicate how they truly feel. That maybe before this love seemed more surface. But it's about putting meaning behind the words. It's about more than just going through the motions or saying the right things for surface matters or because it's the right thing. But out of a sense of intention of who they really want to be. And if that's the case, who they are, highest sense of the word. This person's actions forward, Spirit. Acquiring wisdom through maturity. I feel like this is growing up, facing themselves. I feel like wanting to take some type of leadership or perhaps take care or to offer care. I feel like in ways that they didn't maybe know before. But divine timing is here. Maybe this is what you've been waiting on for a long time. But this person wants a new cycle. I feel like we want to do things differently here. Really looking at the situation. Seeing how what they got is what they gave. Seeing an opening forward. Seeing their destiny in this. Life path, a journey. Seeing that they hold a key or a solution here through that lens. In order to walk forward and offer you and themselves more. While having the self-clarity and understanding of who they want to be. So like I said, loves, it's the fastest hour in tarot. I gotta get to work. I will read for Andrew. I appreciate the brother being on here. We've been on this 777 portal. It's been a beautiful thing. We've been sitting at 777 for the longest. So I want to thank everybody for being here through the thick and through the thin. We're different, and it's okay to be different. As always, take what resonates, leave the rest. Not everything is for our highest good. Not everything is for our progress or progression. Let spirit guide. Andrew, want to know about a love connection? Daniela. Does he need a one-way ticket or should he book for two? What's going on with this girl, man? Got it back twice. Loyalty. I'm feel like loyalty is the question here. So I see a lot of reluctance on your end. I think the issue here isn't the connection, but is more so the commitment. I feel like very soon it will be a test. However, we're not seeing the clarity. We're being urged to offer our spirits forward. It is almost something of a self-fulfilling prophecy here. It's like, whatever we're expecting is whatever we're getting. As soon as we think that things aren't going to work out, they don't work out. If we feel like they can and they will sustain, then I feel like there's an opportunity here. I do feel like there's a lack of trust in the situation. I'm not sure of their intentions. With Clover and Wedding, I do feel like it's in an equal kind of commitment here. And so maybe this is more opportunistic. Here for the good time, not a long time kind of a vibe. I see fun, I see passion, chemistry, romance. And I think we both enjoy that. But is there true loyalty here behind that? I feel like very soon, or perhaps we are at a crossroads of how far that intention will reach. It almost seems like as long as things are good, they will stay. I don't know if we're here for the journey. And I think that's what you're having a hard time seeing as well. Is there more here? Is there anything else behind this? Spirit is urging you to stay optimistic. Positive thinking and faith, keeping your vibrations high. Appealing to your higher self. Again, being an intention. And action, manifesting what it is you will or intend. hearing your right perspective. That what it is that you want is valid, invaluable, has worth and meaning, and is worth having. And is worth fighting for. Unrequited love. There's simply not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. I do feel that way. I feel like this is puppy love. There's fun here. There's enjoyment. But I don't think somebody is serious enough. I don't feel like this is going the distance. And I do feel like it's a lack of chemistry. But chemistry in this sense of wanting to change, of wanting to transform, of growing through this connection into being somebody who's showing up and transforming within this union. I don't feel like this is the one. Feels like this is someone who just kind of wants to take what they can get, but isn't really looking to do the work necessary to sustain this relationship. Here for the good times, and not much else. A wedding on a whim. And so I feel like it feels like a loyal or faithful direction. Can't make it up. Make the effort in reverse. This person simply isn't willing to put in the effort here. And so this connection can't be sustained. Because they want it easy. And that inevitably you're going to have to grow and change and reciprocate. And be accountable towards one another. To take responsibility for yourselves in this connection. Unrequited effort in reverse. I feel like this person isn't putting in the work here, and so your lack of trust is founded. Letting it chance. This connection blows in the wind and travels with it. Reconciliation. Perhaps you put this person in your past, they're circling back around, or feelings, nostalgia of what could have been. But I feel like this will always be unrequited. Ever a missed opportunity because someone simply isn't willing to put in the work when it comes to this connection. This very soon, it feels like a near miss a lot of the time. Because it will feel like we had it in our hands, like it slipped through our fingers. But the lesson here is that perhaps we didn't have it at all. Just the idea, the illusion, or simply what was on the table, what was easy and available in the moment. It feels like a surface level connection. And somebody who's really not willing to do the work within. To have something deeper without. I think this is the reason for your lack of clarity, but also for your reluctance. Because part of us knows this isn't going anywhere. It might feel fortune or fate. The question always was, what direction is their loyalty? Is it this connection? Or is it what's being offered? That's what I have. I appreciate everybody for being here, everybody for showing up. I, of course, look forward to continuing this work. Thank you, everybody. Definitely like, share, subscribe. We'll be back again. Have a wonderful day.